Hello students, welcome to Power Tutorials. So today we are going live with previous year questions of real numbers. So right here, previous year questions on chapter 1, that is real numbers. Hope everyone is able to see the video. So let's start with the first question. We're asking 2023 question. Ratio of HCF to LCM of least composite and prime number. Let's see the answer. So what is the least composite number? We know that least composite is 4, whereas least prime is 2. So what is prime number definition? It should have only 1 and itself as a prime factors, the factors. Whereas 4, we have 2 factors which are 1, 2 and 4. That means it has more than one factor which is not of 1 and itself. Whereas for 2, we have only 1 and 2 as a factor. So this is a prime number, whereas this is a composite. So the least composite as per the number system, it is 4, whereas the least prime is 2. So let's see how to solve this. So now they are asking the ratio of HCF to LCM. First solve LCM first. So LCM of 2, 4. For this I will using prime factorization method. So that is for 2 it can be written as only 2 because it doesn't have any prime factors. For 4 it is 2 into 2 which is 2 square. So the LCM will become 2 square because whatever the prime factors we are having, you have to consider the product of the highest powers. So what about HCF? HCF of the same way. HCF, it is the common power. So here the HCF will become 2. So LCM equal to 4 and HCF equal to 2. They are asking the ratio of HCF to LCM. So the answer will be 2 by 4 which is 1 by 2. Okay, now I think it's better. Just zoomed in the page. So the ratio of HCF to LCM of least composite to least prime we will become. The least composite number is 4, whereas the least prime number is 2. So LCM will become 2, 4. LCM 2, 4 is 2 will get inverse 2, whereas 4 can be plus 2 into 2 which is 2 square. So the LCM will become 2 square which is 4. Whereas HCF, as I mentioned, the value will be the highest common factor. So here the common factors are 2 and here is nothing. So we have to consider only the 2 value. So HCF equal to 2 where LCM is 4. So answer is 1 by 2. Let's see second question. What is the least number in divided by 16 and 24 leaves remainder 7. So for this type of questions, what we have to do is, first we have to find the LCM of the given numbers plus the number as a remainder. So we have to find the LCM of 12, 16 and 24. The same way, now also I am using prime factorization method. So the prime factors for 12 will become 2 into 2 into 3, because 2 2 is 4, 4 3 is 12. Whereas for 16 it is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, because 2 2 is 4, 4 2 is 8, 2 is 16. Whereas for 24 it is 2 into 2 4, 4 2 is 8, 8 3 is 24. So for LCM we can say that it is 2 square into 3. Here it is 2 power 4, whereas here it is 2 cube into 3. So the final LCM will become, LCM has to be the product of highest power of prime factors. So here the prime factors are 2 and 3. First write 2 and 3, then take the highest power. So here the highest power of 2 is 4, whereas highest power of 3 is nothing, so that's right, you can 1. So the answer will be 16 into 3, which is equal to 48. Now they are asking the least number which is divided by 12, 16 and 24, that least remainder 7. So the least number is 48, and they are asking remainder of 7. So the number should be greater than, 7 greater than the least common multiple. So the answer is 55. So for any question, if they ask like least number when divided by some numbers that leaves remainder another number, the solution is you have to find the LCM of these three numbers, and then we have to add plus 7 such that the least number, common number will be found out, and then we have to add the 7 to make it to the required answer. Let's move to the other question. They're saying that we have a third question. Numbers are in ratio are in ratio 2:3. Find LCM. They have given us 180. Find HCF. So for this type of questions, we have to remember for two numbers, LCF into LCM will be equal to product of two numbers. So, but as they have mentioned, the numbers in ratio of 2:3. So let's consider the common multiple as x. Then the numbers will become 2x and 3x. So what is the LCM of 2x and 3x? The LCM is equal to 6x. Why? Because 2 and 3 are prime factors. We have to write it as 2 into 3. Whereas x is a common for both, so you have to write only once. So that's why the answer will become 6x for LCM. Whereas the HCF, the answer is x, because we don't have the other 3 are not common, whereas x is only common. So HCF we have to consider only the prime number, the common multiple, whereas LCM we can consider as 6x. So now we have LCM into HCF. We already have the LCM value is 180. So directly we can write 6x equal to 180. X will become 30. So x is 30, so HCF equal to 30. So the final answer we already got. Find the HCF they have asked, the HCF equal to 30. So let's go to the fourth question. They're asking, prove root 3 to be irrational. Prove that root 3 is irrational. So this is very important question, and you will definitely get at least one question such type in your final exams. So how to solve if in any number, it can be root 2, root 3 or root 5 or root 7 type of questions, how to solve. First we need to assume in reverse way that root 3 is rational. So hence we can written as root 3 can be written as P by Q, where Q not equal to 0 and P comma Q are coprimes. So what is the definition of coprimes? Coprimes are the numbers which doesn't have any common factor. Okay, so here P and Q doesn't have any common factor. So now if you do cross multiplication, P will become Q root 3. Now do squaring on both sides. If you do squaring on both sides, this will become P square equal to Q root 3 whole square. So P square will become Q square into 3. So now we can say that P square is divisible by 3. So if P square is divisible by 3, we can say that P is also divisible by 3. If P is divisible by 3, we can replace P as some 3x, where x belongs to natural numbers. So now the above equation becomes 3x whole square equal to 3q square. So this can be written as 9x square equal to 3q square. Cancels. So now q square become 3x square. So here also we can say that, I'm just completing here itself so that it will be easy. Okay, I will write in the next page. Q square equal to 3x square, just remember that point. So I'll just continue here. Q square equal to 3x square. So this also we can say that Q square is divisible by 3. So if a square number is divisible by 3, we can say that the individual number is also divisible by 3. So Q is also having a factor of 3. But where is our pre-assumption? That P and Q are co-primes. As I mentioned, the co-primes are the numbers which doesn't have any common factor. Here it is saying that P is divisible by 3, and now we got also another statement where Q is also divisible by 3. So which is contradicting our assumption. So this way we can say that our assumption is wrong. As P and Q are having common factor. So root 3 is not rational. Hence we can prove that root 3 is irrational. So hope everyone has got it how to do this. First we need to assume in a opposite way that root 3 is rational. Write it in PYQ form where Q is not equal to 0 and Q belongs to natural numbers. And then doing squaring on both sides. And if a square number is divisible by any number, then you can also say that the number also is also divisible by the same number. In that way I got it, and I just replace with another term. Again, if I got Q square as 3x square, so Q square is divisible by 3, so Q is also divisible by 3, which is contradicting our assumption that P and Q are co-primes. So that's why we say that our main assumption where root 3 is rational is not true. That's why we say that root 3 is not rational and root 3 is irrational. So let's go with another question. They're saying that HCF of 39,91 is 13, and they're asking LCM. So this also already discussed the similar type where HCF and LCM of two numbers are mentioned. The first we need to remember is LCM into HCF equal to product of those two numbers. So LCM we need to find out, whereas HCF we know it is 13. 13 into LCM, let's consider it as x, then product of two numbers, that is 39 into 91. 13 1s, 13 3s, so x will become 3s. So LCM equal to 273. In this way any number can be solved. As I mentioned, this is for 2022 question, whereas previously I have explained for 2023. So here also you can confirm that every year you will get a question based upon this question where HCF of two numbers and LCF of two numbers will be provided, and they will ask you to find other number, or ask you to find the LCM, or ask you to find the HCF. So whatever might be the question, the solution will be the same, that LCM into HCF equal to product. If you remember this point, then any question can be solved. Let's see another question of 2022 year. Okay, now they are saying that n belongs to natural numbers. Full power n cannot end with. So for this type of questions, mostly the answer will be 0 only. So if you don't have time and if you still want to guess, then I suggest you to go with this. But if you're not guessing, you have time, let's go with the solution. So let's see all 4. So if a number if a number has to end with 2, then can be various cases. Whereas 4 also it can be various cases, because 6 also has a factors which can end with 2. 4 also has a factors which can end with 2. Whereas for 0, the number to end with 0, then it has to have 2 and 5 as a factor. Why? Because if you multiply 2 and 5, you will get 10, and if any number is ending with 0, definitely it is a factor of 10. So factor of 10 in sense, it is a factor of 2 and 5. So let's see 12 power n. If you redistribute it, it will become 2 into 2 into 3. So it is a factor of 4 into 3 power n, that is 2 power 2n into 3n. 2 power 2n into 3 power n. So here we can see it doesn't have any 5 as a factor. It has only 2 and 3. So all the combinations, if you multiply 2 and 3 in any cases, like for suppose take it as 1. If you consider it as 1, then it will be 4 into 3, that is 12. If you consider it as 2, then it will be 12 square, that is 144. If you consider it as 3, then again if you multiply it by 12, 144 into 12, 12 4 to 48, 4, 12 4 to 48, 52. So here itself you can say that it is ending with 8. Whereas first number is ending with 2 and second number is ending with 4. So all 2 are wrong. Whereas 0 it will not end because it doesn't have a factor of 5. So at least 1, 2 or 3 if you do, you will be definitely able to understand where it will ending. Whereas for 0 it will not end because it doesn't have a 5 factor. And here itself you can know that if you keep n as 1, it is ending with 2. If you keep n as 2, it is ending with 4. If you keep again n as 3, it will end with 8. So it will not end with 0 at any case. Let's go with another question. Express 385 in prime factors. Let's see how to express it. So 385, for this you have to follow this way, like division method. 5 7 is 35, 5 3 is okay 35, again 5 7 is 35, 7 11s. The direct answer 5 into 7 into 11 is the answer for 385. So you have to just try with the least prime factor first and then go with the highest prime factor and so on, then you will be able to get it, the final answer. Let's see 2021 questions now. They are asking to prove 2 into 3 into 5 plus 5 and 5 into 7 into 11 plus 5 into 7 as composite. They are asking to prove these two numbers as composite. Let's see what is a composite first. Composite are the numbers which has more than 2 factors, that is 1 in itself, as also it has another factor. Let's see this first one. 2 into 3 into 5. If you see here, 5 is common. So let's first take 5 as common. Then this will become 2 into 3 plus 1. So 5 in common. If 2 into 3 is 6 plus 1. So the final answer is 5 into 7. So now this number has factors which are 5, 7 and 1 obviously is a factor. So it has more factors. So that's why it is composite. Let's go with another question, which is 5 and 7 are common. So I'll take 5 into 7 is common here. So it will become 11 plus 1. So 5 into 7 into 11 plus 1 is 12. So 5 into 7 into, okay, here itself you can show up. If you want to also you can break it again. So it has total 4 factors. So definitely it is also composite. So factors also mentioned. For prime number, it should have 1 in itself, whereas for composite, We have multiple factors. Let's say another question of 2021. Okay, we have only one question. Let's go with 2020 now. It's a very easy question. They are asking number of factors of a prime number. So direct answer, the number of factors of prime number are 2, which are 1 and itself. Okay, let's see another question. Now here they are asking LCM and HCF of 3 numbers. The 3 numbers are 12, 21 and 15. So let's see how to solve this type of question where we have 3 numbers and how to find. We have to remember only for 2 numbers LCM into HCF will be equal to product, whereas for 3 numbers or more numbers it will not be equal. Is only valid for 2 numbers. This we have to remember. LCM into HCF equal to product is valid only for 2 numbers, but we had written 3 numbers. So for this I will solve using 2 methods. Let's solve using prime factors first. 12 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3, whereas 21 can be written as 3 into 7, and 15 can be written as 3 into 5. So this can be written as 2 square into 3. This is 3 into 7, 3 into 5 because 1 factors. So let's solve LCM first. So LCM is first write all the prime factors. 2 into 3 into 5 into 7. And keep the highest power. 2 is the highest power is 2 here. Rest all is 1. So the right answer is 4 into 3 is 12. 12 into 5 into 7. 12 5 is 60. 60 into 7. 60 into 7 is 420. So LCM is 420. Whereas HCF should be the highest common in all 3 cases. So whichever is common here. 2 square, 2 itself is not present. So let's leave out 2. What about 7? It is present here and it is not present. 5 also same here. But the only common is 3. So the HCF of these 2 numbers is 3. This 3 number is 3. Let's solve LCM using another method, which I say it is a division method. 12, 21 and 15. The least prime I can say it is divisible by all numbers are divisible by 3. So 3 4 is 12, 3 7 is 15. Sorry, 3 7 is 21 and 3 5 is 15. Again 4 can be written as 2, 2, 7 and 5 are prime. So just write like that way. So LCM now became 3 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 7. Sorry, yeah, same way. So this is equal to 3 into 2 square into 7 into 5. The same way we solve here, 3 into 2 square into 5 into 7, the same answer we will get, which is 420. In HCF we already have the answer. HCF it doesn't have division method for 3 numbers, so directly I can write it as 3. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Okay, so again in 2020 they have repeated the 2 numbers LCM and HCF question. So 2020 they have mentioned LCM, they have mentioned as LCM of 2 numbers. LCM of 2 numbers I have given it as 182. HCF is 13. And one number is 26. Find other. So here also same. LCM into HCF equal to product. I'm just using again this principle. So LCM they have written as 182. HCF 13. Product of 2 numbers. One is 26, other we need to find out which is x. So if you know here 13 ones, 13 twos will divide, and if you divide this, you will get 91. So x is equal to 91. That is second number equal to 91. It's a very easy question. but still very important question as well, because definitely every year there is at least 1 mark or 2 marks question. Based upon this, they will give two numbers. They will at least provide either one LCM or HCF or product, or at least one number they will give, and they will ask you to find the rest. Okay, so let's go with other question of 2020. They're asking to prove, they're asking here to prove 5 plus 2 root 7 as irrational. They are also mentioned that root 7 is irrational. So how to solve this type of questions? So previously I have solved you for root 2 or root 5 or root 7 how to solve it. So if it is provided in this way, like at least addition, subtraction or any multiplication of any irrational number, and they are asking, and they also mentioned root 7 is irrational, just they are asking to prove this as irrational. So it's the same method here also. Let's assume 5 plus 2 root 7 as rational. So rationals are nothing but the P by Q form. So 5 plus 2 root 7 P by Q, where Q not equal to 0 and P comma Q are coprimes. Coprimes are the numbers which doesn't have any common factor. So let's see. Now just write 2 root 7 equal to P by Q minus 5. So take LCM right side. So this will become P minus 5Q by Q, and root 7 equal to P minus 5Q by 2Q. As P and Q belongs to natural numbers, the ratio or any subtractions, this will become rational, because those P and Q, as I mentioned, those are natural numbers, and this belongs to coprime numbers which doesn't have any common factor. So this ratio, that is P minus 5Q by 2Q, is rational. It cannot be rational. But what they have mentioned here in the question, root 7 is irrational. So our assumption here itself is wrong, that P 5 plus 2 root 7 is rational. Our assumption is wrong. So this way you can say that 5 plus 2 root 7 is not rational, that is irrational. It's a very easy talk question. So what you have to do is, first you need to assume this as rational and write it as P by Q form, where Q not equal to 0 and P and Q are coprimes, and just write 2 root 7 equal to P by Q minus 5. Then 2 root 7 will become P minus 5Q by Q, and root 7 will become P minus 5Q by 2Q. But what is our assumption here? Roots, or not assumption, they have already given root 7 is irrational, whereas P minus 5Q by Q will become rational, because P comma Q are belongs to natural numbers and P comma Q are coprimes. So this way the ratio will become rational. So here you can say that irrational is stating to rational. So this is wrong. That is, our assumption itself is wrong, where we have assumed 5 plus 2 root 7 as rational. So this is wrong in sense that root 5 plus 2 root 7 is not rational, hence it is irrational. Let's see another question. So 3 years are done. Let's go with 2019 and we'll conclude with this. So again, same question, LCM of two numbers they have given as they have mentioned that LCM of two numbers is 9 times of the HCF. They have also mentioned sum of LCM and HCF equal to 500. They are asking what is HCF. Okay, so for this, let's assume HCF equal to X. So if HCF equal to x, then LCM will become 500 minus x, because both addition equal to 500. So LCM become 500. Now substitute these two here. That is 500 minus x becomes 9 times of HCF, that is x. So 500 now becomes, if you move x to the right side, it will become 9x plus x. So 500 equal to 10x. You cancel, so x becomes 50. Therefore HCF equal to 50. And what about LCM? If they ask, so LCM will be equal to 9 times of HCF, which is 9 into 50, which is equal to 450. But they asked only HCF, so HCF equal to 50 is the answer. So this is also easy, just it's not belongs to first chapter, I can say that, because it's related to polynomials kind of thing, but still it's a basic answer, where LCM they have mentioned 9 times of HCF and sum is equal to 500. So using this equation, that LCM plus HCF equal to 500, now just write, let assume HCF equal to x and LCM become 500 minus x, then 500 minus x equal to 9 times of x, because we have mentioned LCM equal to 9 times of HCF. So this way 500 equal to 500 minus x equal to 9x. The move x to the right side, this will become 500 equal to 9x plus x, then 500 equal to 10x. 0 0 gets cancelled, then x becomes 50. So LCF value equal to 50, whereas if they ask for LCM, which is equal to 9 times of HCF, so this way will become 450. Okay, so now again it came the previous one, LCM and HCF of two numbers question. HCF of 336.54 is equal to 6. They are asking find LCM. So same previous question, that is LCM into HCF. This is of 2020 question. If you observe my previous part, that's from starting, I have mentioned 2021, 2022, 2023 questions as well. So there also you can see at least one question has been coming where they have mentioned HCF of two numbers they have mentioned here, and they're asking to find HCM. So LCM and HCF equal to product. So LCM we need to find, let's assume it as x. HCF they have mentioned it as 6. So product of two numbers, which is 336 and 54. If you divide 6 by 54, it is 9. So LCM is equal to 336 into 9. 9 6 are 54. 9 3 are 27. 27 plus 5 is 32. 9 3 are 27 plus 3 30. So the final LCM answer is 3024. So in this way, if LCM is given or HCF is given for two numbers, you can find out using this method where LCM into HCF equal to product of two numbers. They ask one more question of the same type. They're saying A and B are numbers and the HCF is 5. LCM they have given as 200. They're asking find the product, that is A into B. Let's see how to solve. Same concept, LCM into HCF equal to product. So LCM we know it is 200, HCF we know it is 5. They're asking product, so this is AB here. So AB is equal to 1000 is the direct answer. That's what it is for one more question. Let's see the next question. It is of 2 marks question now. So they're asking HCF of 612 and 1314 using prime factors. They clearly mentioned using prime factorization method. Let's solve using that. So for 6, 12, let's write in this way using division. Let's divide with least prime number first. 2 table, 2 3s are 6. So 6 are 12, 2 15s. 153 can be divided by 17, I guess. Let's cross check. 17s, 6, 17 9s, no, 17, 153. Sorry, it can be divided by 3 itself first. So 3 5s are 15, 3 1s are 3. And again 3 table, 3 2s are 6. Sorry, 3 1s are 3, 3 7s are 21. So the final answer is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 17. This is for 6 12. Let's solve for 1 3 1 4. Here also it is divisible by 2. So what is divisibility rule of 2? The ending number should be even. Here 4 is even, so it is divisible by 2. So if you divide by 2 now, 2 6 are 12, 2 5 are 10, 2 7 are 14. Cross check. 2 6 are 12 ones, 11, 2 5 are 10, 11 1, 2 7 are 14. Okay. 6 5 7. 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 plus 7 is 18. So it is divisible by 3. So what is divisibility rule of 3? Sum of all the numbers, if it is divisible by 3, then the whole number is divisible by 3. Here 6, 5 and 7. 6 plus 5 is 11, 11 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 7 is 18. So the final answer is 18. 18 is divisible by 3. So 657 is also divisible by 3. Let's say what is the number? 3 2s are 6, 3 1s are 3, 3 9s are 27. And again 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 9 is 12. Again it is divisible by 3. So 3 7s are 21 and 3 3s are 9. If you check now, it is not divisible by any number. 3 7s are 21, 3 3s are 9. So 73, if it cannot be divisible by any number because it is a prime number. So this way we can write it as 2 into 3 into 3 into 73. Let's check, answer the common values because itself is the common value. Here 1 2 1 2 and 2 3s are also common. So the final answer is 2 into 3 into 3, 3 2s are 6, 2 3s are 6 and 6 3s are 18. So HCF value is 18. Rest of the questions are also similar. They are asking prove root 5 as irrational or root 7 as irrational. So those are already explained. So I will not explain that part again. So how to solve root 2 or root 7 as irrational? So for that, first we need to assume it as rational. Write in PYQ form where Q not equal to 0, P equal to co-primes, square on both sides. And then if the number like this is occurs, like P square equal to 3Q square, then you can confirm that P square is divisible by 3. So if P square is divisible by 3, then you can say that P is also divisible by 3. So P can be written as 3x where x belongs to natural numbers. The same way if you do, just replace it with 3x. Then you will get Q square equal to 3x square. Q square is divisible by 3. So Q is also divisible by 3. Then our assumption is wrong. That is P and Q are not co-primes. So that's why we say that root 3 assumption of rational is wrong. So root 3 is not rational and root 3 is irrational. So in this way, I have covered all the questions from 2023, 2022, 2021 as well as 2020 and 2019. So from all the questions, I can confirm that at least one question will be coming on this concept. That is LCM into HCF of two numbers will be equal to the product of those two numbers. So this is very important. And the second important is they will ask you to prove at least one irrational, that is root 3, root 2, root 5, root 7 as irrational. Then we need to follow those steps. And they will ask what is LCM and what is HCF of 2 or 3 numbers. So LCM, first we need to find what are the prime factors of it. Write the prime factors for all those things and take the highest power. Whereas HCF, we have to consider only the common part, whichever is common for both the cases. So let's meet with another live session of chapter 2 in the coming days. Thank you.